Hey guys. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pop on here because I know that the time change of the time zone of our YouTube channel is showing something a little different. I didn't want you guys to be confused, so I'm hopping on a little early. Let's go ahead and get set up. So grab your mat. If you don't have two blocks, which I'm sure most of you don't, that's okay. But if you'd like a little extra support, if you have anything tall, like like two water bottles, or something that I've been using is Tupperware. So anything with a little bit of height that can bring the ground up to you and act as a block. So grab two of those and set them at the top of your mat. And we'll get started here in about 10 minutes. Not sure if our chat works here. If you guys can let me know you're here or not. Let's see. If you see the chat on the right-hand side, go ahead and let me know that you're here. Just lighting a little bit of Palo Santo to clear out the space. Welcome, welcome if you're just arriving. Happy Sunday. If you can find the chat box, go ahead and let me know you're here and where you're coming from. We've got about 5 minutes before we'll get started. So if you haven't already, go ahead and set up your mat. And I am using blocks or Tupperware. These can act as blocks if you don't have blocks. That's totally fine. Anything that can bring a little height, so bringing the floor up to you, these can act as blocks, or you can use a water bottle, whatever it is that you have in the house. Just grab something to have at the top of your mat, okay? Awesome, Kim, I see that you're here, you made it. Who else do we have here, and where are you coming in from? I would imagine most of you guys are coming from Maryland. I'm actually in Hermosa Beach right now. I think we've got a couple of people coming from all over. Got a couple more minutes, so we'll get started. Make sure that you guys can see me okay. Got about 2 more minutes. So if you'd like music, I'm not going to play music from my end because it tends to mess with the sound. So if you go on Spotify, I have a playlist for you guys. So I'm under Brooke Ansley on Spotify, Brooke with an E, Ansley. And there is a Yoga Factory Annapolis Vinyasa playlist under my playlist on Spotify. So go ahead and check that out. Welcome. I see a couple more of you guys are showing up. If you're here, go ahead and drop a note in the chat box. Say hi. Let me know where you're coming in from. I am in Hermosa Beach, but I'm originally from Maryland. So I really, I enjoyed getting to know Yoga Factory Annapolis back in January while I was home for the holidays. So I'm excited to go to teach today. I am going to have a little bit of, we're going to need some blocks or something else like a block. So if you want to find a tall water bottle or some Tupperware that brings the floor up to you, go ahead and do that. Pop them at the top of your mat. And we're going to start with a breathing exercise to just kind of slow down and drop into the present moment, peel away some of the layers of what's going on outside your home right now or what's happening in the media, because there's a lot going on. So let's go ahead and begin. So you can actually just sit on your mat, cross-legged or on your knees, whatever is most comfortable. And you're going to take your peace sign fingers, place them right between your eyebrow, just like this. And you're going to use the thumb and the ring finger interchangeably to block one or the other nostril. So go ahead and close your eyes, empty out air, and block your right nostril with your thumb. And inhale through the left nostril. Fill all the way up to the top. And when you get to the top, block left nostril with your ring finger and exhale through the right nostril. Very good. So really just slowing down the breath as much as you can. Block right nostril, inhale through left nostril. Block left nostril, exhale through right nostril. Inhale through right nostril. Block right nostril, exhale through left nostril. Beautiful. So keep going with that breath, closing your eyes, slowing down. And as you exhale and you notice the breath is slowing down, what do you feel in the body? Does the heartbeat slow? Can you allow yourself to drop into this present moment and let go of what is right here on your mat, breathing in and breathing out? Take 2 more like that. Flat on your mat. Let the legs go long. Feel the ground below you. Keeping the lips sealed, begin Ujjayi breath. So breathing in and out through the nose. Finding a slight constriction in the back of the throat. So find that bumblebee breath, that hum. So it makes a noise as you inhale and you exhale. And the goal is to keep with the Ujjayi breath through the entire class. So this breath is going to build internal heat. It also activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which is our rest and digest. So finding that Ujjayi breath on your mat. And then on your next inhale, go ahead and bring your right knee into your chest. Interlace your fingers around your right shin. Press the low back down into the mat. Press the shoulders down into the mat. Lengthen the back of the neck. And as you exhale, pull the right knee into the chest, keeping both shoulders down flat on the mat. Maybe you roll out the ankle. And with your left leg long, stamp your left foot against the wall, extending that left leg as long as you possibly can. One more inhale here. And one more exhale, you pull that right knee closer. So strong. And then go ahead and let the right leg go long. Left knee comes into the chest. Interlace fingers over the left shin. Inhale, press the low back against the mat. And as you exhale, pull the left knee into the chest. Making sure that both shoulders stay flat down onto the mat. The back of the neck is flat on the mat. Roll out the left ankle. Find a little space in that ankle. Wake it up. Flex the right foot long. Stamp it against the wall. And see if you can extend that leg as long as possible. One more inhale. And as you exhale, pull the knee closer into the chest. And then bring both knees in and go ahead and interlace hands over the shins, seeing if you can keep the low back pressed down into the mat. And as you inhale, fill up in the low back. And as you exhale, pull the knees closer into the chest. Beautiful. Go ahead and let the knees separate. So taking hands to either shin and just find a little space. So maybe you rotate the knees in circles, whatever feels good to you. Still breathing with Ujjayi breath. So you're still breathing in and out through the nose, letting that vibration happen in the back of the throat as you find a slight constriction in the throat, building that internal heat. Finding that breath to body connection, that mind-body connection through the breath. And then maybe rock from side to side. Bringing the knees together. Go ahead and let the knees fall left. Tee out the arms and look to the right for a twist. So in your twist, as you inhale, you lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Gaze goes in the opposite direction of the knees. One more inhale here. One more exhale. When knees come back to center, knees fall right. Gaze goes to the left. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, long. And exhale, twist. So gaze in the opposite direction of the knees sinking down into your mat or the floor. One more inhale. One more exhale, so you're really just slowing it down. And from here, just go ahead and fall right onto your right side into a fetal position. If you'd like to, keep your eyes closed here so you can really find that connection to the body. And then go ahead and push yourself up into a tabletop on your mat. So stacking the wrists directly under the shoulders, the knees under the hips. And as you inhale, drop the belly, arch the back, look up. Find a cow pose. And as you exhale, dome the back like a cat. Coming into your cat, your chin comes to chest, your tailbone is lengthened. And then inhale, filling all the way up, lengthening up into your cow. Exhale, cat. So find the breath to movement connection here. Your inhale is long. The pose is as long as the inhale. And the cat pose is as long as the exhale. So go ahead and take a few more at your own pace. Really feeling the perimeter of the body in space. So just noticing how the body feels right now, here in this moment on your mat. So just locking into the present moment. Using the breath and movement as a tool and anchor into this present moment. Take one more cow and one more cat. And then find a neutral spine in your tabletop. So lifting the low belly and activating that core, lengthening the back so that there's no arch happening in the back. Go ahead and stamp your left foot long against the back wall, extending the left leg and extending the right arm forward. Turn the palm in like you're shaking someone's hand. Lengthen like someone's pulling you apart from the fingertips and the heels. And inhale here. The back of your head is long, so your gaze is down at the mat. You're not looking up and your chin is not to your chest. It's long. And as you exhale, crunch, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch, elbow to knee. Waking up the core. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, lengthen one more time. Exhale, crunch. And then lower the hand and the knee. Other side. Snap the right foot on the back wall. Lengthen and extend through the right leg. Left arm comes forward. Turn left palm in like you're shaking someone's hand. Activate the low belly. So there should be no arch in the back. Inhale. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch. Find the breath. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, lengthen. One more time. Exhale, crunch. Beautiful. So strong. Find your tabletop. And then tuck your toes. Lift your hips 2 inches above the mat and hold. So another core strengthening exercise here. Go ahead and shift forward and back, forward and back. You're lifting up out of the wrists, spreading the fingers together, pressing the palms down into the mat. Get the shoulders away from the ears and lift the low belly. And then go ahead and lower knees down. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, let's do it again. Hover the knees, belly button to spine, weight up the core. Beautiful. Hold and breathe. So don't forget to breathe when you're in these positions. We like to hold our breath, but we need our breath. One more time. Go ahead and lower the knees down. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, lift the hips all the way up, downward facing dog. So hips go up and back. Pedal out the feet. Find some length, waking up the body a little bit more. So you're pressing down through the palms, spreading out the fingers. Take a slight bend in the knees if you need it to get your hips as high as you possibly can. And then without compromising the height of the hips, see if you can straighten out the backs of the legs and press the heels down into the mat. This is your downward dog. And then inhale, roll slow forward to plank. Shoulders over wrists. Hips the height of the shoulders, activating your core. Hold. Keep that ujjayi breath here. So see if you can continue to breathe in and out through the nose. So you're building that internal heat still. That's the work. And then come to downward dog. Let's do that again. Inhale, shift forward, plank. Hold. Belly button to spine. And downward dog. Beautiful. You're welcome to drop your knees at any point if you need to modify. Inhale, shift forward. This time, go ahead and shift shoulders slightly forward of the fingertips and then bend your elbows halfway and hold. You can lower the knees to the ground if you need to modify. Half chaturanga, hold 3, 2, 1. Push back up to plank, downward facing dog. So making sure in your chaturanga that your elbows are tight into your ribs so they're not going wide. Let's do it again. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, bend elbows halfway and hold. Elbows into the ribs. And push back up to plank, downward dog. So strong. Get right into it today, huh? This time, inhale, shift forward. You can always drop your knees. Totally fine. Exhale, slow chaturanga all the way down to the mat. Beautiful. Untuck the toes, so tops of the feet come down to the mat. Zip the legs up like one long mermaid tail. Hands come to ribs. Elbows are tight, glued in towards each other. Inhale, cobra. Peel the chest up. So you're pressing down through the tops of the feet and the pelvis, and you're just lifting the chest. So there's little to no weight in the hands. You can practically lift your fingertips up off the mat. Hold here. Don't forget to breathe. One more inhale, and then exhale, right ear down on the mat. Look to the left. Let the arms go long. Kick the feet into the glutes and windshield wiper the feet. Letting the low back release. Beautiful. And then let the legs go long again. Toes down to the mat. Zip the knees and the ankles together. Hands back to the ribs. We're going to do it again. Forehead down. Inhale, peel the chest, cobra pose. Melt shoulders away from the ears. Press the elbows energetically towards each other and then see if you can lift your fingertips up off the mat. So pelvis is pressing down while the heart is shining forward. One more inhale here. See if you can come a little higher. Exhale, left ear down onto the mat. Look to the right, arms go long. Kick the heels into the glutes and windshield wiper the feet. This should feel really nice and good in your low back. So this should really release the low back here. And then let the legs go long. Arms come out wide like a T. We're gonna lift everything, airplane. Inhale, arms, feet, fingers, everything comes up. Melt shoulders away from the ears. Press down through the pelvis, but everything else is reaching up towards the ceiling. Get your fingertips up as high as you can. One more inhale here, hold. Exhale, lower down, right here on the mat. Beautiful. Some interlace hands behind your back. Press the tops of the feet down on the mat. Forehead comes back down to the mat. Inhale, peel the chest up. Press the palms together. And lower down, left ear on the mat, look to the right. One more time, kick the heels into the glutes, windshield wiper the feet, let it go. And this time, our feet are hips width distance. Our hands come down by the ribs. And as you inhale, push yourself into an upward facing dog. So in upward dog, there's 4 points of contact on the mat, 2 hands and 2 feet. Your thighs are not laying on the mat. You're activating the thighs so much that the kneecaps lift up. And then tuck your toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet one more time. Inhale, lifting the heels. Exhale, bending the knees, walking to a forward fold at the top of your mat. Let the head hang heavy. Slight bend in the knees, feet are hips width distance apart. Hands come to elbows. Sway side to side, loosening up that low spine again. And notice if you're holding your head up, even though you're upside down. We hold our heads so often, right, that we forget that we're even doing it anymore. So here, shake it out and let the head be heavy like a bowling ball. And then with a slight bend in the knees, go ahead and slowly roll one vertebra at a time, all the way up to standing. And when you get to the top of your mat, inhale as you roll your shoulders up, and exhale as you roll them down. We're going to move into Surya Namaskar A. So bring the feet together, toes together, heels slightly apart. Into Tadasana, we want a neutral spine. So no overarching in the back and no over scooping. You just want to lift from the low belly to lengthen the back, neutral spine. Melt the shoulders away from the ears. Activate the thighs. Press down through the bottoms of the feet, lifting the kneecaps with the thighs. So you're active in this standing pose. Inhale, arms sweep out and up, find length. And exhale, dive forward. Slight bend in the knees, and you've got a strong flat back as you come all the way down to your forward fold. Exhaling here. Inhale, halfway lift. So press the hands into the shins. Tabletop the spine. Melt the shoulders away from the ears and activate the low belly. And then as you exhale, step it back to plank. You can drop your knees here, or you can take a full chaturanga. Inhale shifts you forward. Exhale, bend the elbows halfway, and then inhale into your upward dog. Exhale, downward dog, so strong. Inhale, lifts the heels. Exhale, bend the knees, step to a forward fold, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Find breath to movement. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, hands to heart center, Samasthiti. Let's do it again. Inhale, arms sweep out and up. Exhale, dive forward, long spine, activated core as you come down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank. Inhale, shifts you forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, lifts, heels, bends, knees, step forward, top of the mat. Exhale into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, reverse swan dive, all the way back up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's do it one more time, really thinking breath to movement. So close your eyes if you'd like to really tune into how your body feels. Inhale, arms sweep out and up. Exhale, dives forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Listen for the change. So we're in our downward dog. Inhale your right leg high into three-legged dog. So in your three-legged dog, hips are squared down to the mat. We are not opening the hip. We are squaring our right hip down to the mat, flexing our right foot. Leg is long. Inhale, prepare. And as you exhale, bring the right knee to your nose and step the right foot through. Pull it through with your hand if you need to. You're in a low lunge, so feet are hips width distance apart. You're not on a tightrope. Drop the left knee. Untuck the left toes. Inhale, arms up. Anjaneyasana. So Anjaneyasana, you are activating that right thigh, pulling it back into the right hip. Lift through the low belly. Inhale, reaching up to find a little length. And then exhaling, maybe you sink the hips a little bit deeper. Melt the shoulders away from the ears and rotate the pinky fingers in. Hold. Find your breath. And then hands come through heart center. Drop the left hand down to the mat. Twist, right arm up to the sky. And then right hand comes back down. Hips pull back, Ardha Hanuman. Flex right foot towards the nose, stretching the hamstring. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold a little deeper. Beautiful. So noticing that Ujjayi breath in and out through the nose is really helping to cultivate that internal heat. Inhale shifts you forward to low lunge. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Step the right foot back, come back to downward dog. Inhale, left leg lifts, three-legged dog on the other side, flexing the left foot, left hip is squared down to the mat, lengthen. Inhale, long. Exhale, left knee to nose. Step left foot through. Drop right knee and tuck right toes. So feet are hips width distance. Inhale, arms up, Anjaneyasana. Grounding down through that front left foot. Isometrically, you're tracking that left heel backwards. That's what's going to activate this left thigh and pull it back into the left hip. And then lift the low belly to lengthen through the spine. Rotate pinky fingers in, melt shoulders down the back, and hold. Breathe. Find your Ujjayi breath. Next, exhale, hands come through heart center. Right hand down, left arm comes up, twist. So you're really lengthening through the spine. Every time you inhale, the spine lengthens. And exhale takes you a little deeper into the pose. Left hand comes down to the mat, flex left foot towards the nose, shift the hips back, Ardha Hanuman, half splits. Inhale, lengthen spine. Exhale, fold over. So strong, you guys. Then shift back forward on the next inhale, tuck the back toes. Lift the back knee, low lunge. Step it back to plank, downward dog. Inhale, lifting the heels, bending the knees, looking to the top of the mat. Step to a forward fold. Exhale in your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Reverse your swan dive. Come all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful. Go ahead and bring the toes together if they're not already. We're going to move into Surya Namaskar B, a variation of that. So inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Sit down into your chair. Ground down through your feet. Sit lower. I know you can go lower. Lift the low belly, melt the shoulders away from the ears, and hold. Breathe. Find a gaze, a point, and stay there. Find stillness here. See if you can sit a little lower, lifting the chest. Sit lower. Heart shines forward. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Exhale, fold forward. So strong. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step it back to plank. You can drop the knees if you need to. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right leg lifts, 3-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to nose. Step right foot through. Drop the back heel. So you've got front heel to back arch alignment. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 1. So the knife edge of the back foot is pressing down into the mat, and you're at a 90-degree angle in the front knee. Your gaze is forward, lifting the low belly, activating that right thigh, pulling it back into the right hip, melting the shoulders down the back and hold. Interlace the hands behind the spine. Inhale, puffs out the chest. And as you exhale, humble your warrior, drop the head inside the right thigh, press the palms together, reach the knuckles up towards the sky. And hang out here for a second. This should feel really good. One more inhale. One more exhale. And back up to warrior 1. Your thighs should be talking to you if you haven't straightened that front leg yet, which you shouldn't have. And then hands down to the mat. Step it back. Go through your vinyasa. Inhale, shifts you forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left leg lifts high. Exhale, left knee to nose. Step the left foot through. Drop the back heel, front heel to back arch alignment, 90 degrees in the front knee. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 1 on the other side. So you're pressing down through the outer edge of the right foot. Rotating those pinky fingers in, sitting down into that left thigh. Activate this left thigh, pull it back into the left hip. Lift the low belly. So no arching in the low spine. Lengthen the low spine as much as you can by lifting the low belly. Shoulders are away from the ears and the pinky fingers are rotating in. Your gaze is forward. Hold. Interlace hands at the low back. Inhale, puffs out the chest. Exhale, lower the head inside the left thigh. Knuckles come up to the sky. So you're keeping with the warrior 1 legs. The legs have not changed at all. Take one breath here. And exhaling. On the next inhale, come back up to warrior 1. Hold. And exhale. Hands down to the mat. Step it back to plank. Inhale, shifts you forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhaling the heels high, bending the knees, looking to the top of the mat. Step to a forward fold. Exhale on your forward fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Sit down into the chair and then exhale. Come to standing. So strong. Let's find a moment of stillness here. So closing the eyes. Checking in with the breath. Checking in with the body. Notice the heartbeat. Notice how the body feels. Slow down the breath. Before we begin the next sequence, make sure that you have, if it's your 2 blocks, or if you have 2 water bottles or 2 Tupperwares, whatever it is, make sure they're at the top of your mat for a little extra support. Okay, bring the toes together, heels slightly apart. Inhale, arms sweep out and up. Exhale, Utkatasana, sit down into your chair. Hold. Lift low belly, lift the chest, melt the shoulders away from the ears, and then sit a little bit lower, hold. Find Ujjayi breath, so you're breathing in and out through the nose. 1 inhale here, and then exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank. Come straight to downward dog. Inhale the right leg high. Listen closely. Exhale, right knee to nose. Hold. Lift the hips as high as you can. Inhale the right leg high again. Exhale, left knee to nose. Hold. Inhale, right leg high. One more time. Exhale, left knee to nose. Hold. Step the right foot through. So keeping the back heel up. Take a look at the feet. Make sure they're hips width distance apart. We're moving into crescent. Inhale, arms up, crescent pose. Hold. Slight bend, 90-degree angle in the front knee. Lifting the low belly, the back heel is over the toes. Holding here. Find airplane arms in your crescent, reaching the fingertips back behind you. Move the weight into your front right foot and ever so slowly lift into Virabhadrasana 3 with airplane arms. Your blocks are here as support, so if you need to drop your hands to your blocks, that's totally fine. Go ahead and do it. Or you keep your arms at airplane. Left hip is squaring down to the mat, lifting, activating that low belly. Heart is shining forward, so a little bit of that cobra spine. One more inhale. One more exhale, and then slowly bend the right knee and step back into your crescent. So we're back in crescent pose. Inhale, drop the back heel, line up the front heel to the back heel. So now we're in warrior one. Beautiful. And then go ahead and straighten out the front leg. Maybe you scoot the back heel in slightly, and then drop the hands down to the mat. Pyramid pose, knee comes to nose. Pressing down through the big toe ball mound of the front foot. Right thigh is lifting up into the right hip. Inhale as you lengthen long. You can, again, using your blocks or your Tupperware here, you can hold, drop hands onto the blocks, and then exhale as you fold over. And then bend into the front knee. Move blocks out of the way. Step it back to plank. Go through vinyasa. Inhale into upward dog. Exhale into downward dog. Inhale, left leg high. Listen closely. Exhale, left knee to nose. Hold. Lift that low belly. Activate that core. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, left knee to nose. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, left knee to nose. Step left foot through. Feet or hips with distance. Inhale, crescent. Find your crescent. So bend into that front knee. You've got a 90-degree angle. Back heel is popped up over the back toes. Lift the low belly. See if you can straighten that back left leg, back right leg, excuse me. Hands come down to your sides. Reach forward, airplane. Transfer the weight into that front foot and come up into airplane Virabhadrasana 3 with airplane arms. You can use your support if you need them. So from here, your right hip is squared down to the mat. You're not opening right hip. Lifting from the core. The heart is shining forward, so the essence of that cobra pose, that lift is happening in the spine. Or you keep your airplane arms. So strong. One more inhale. And then bend the left knee slowly, like you're moving through honey. Come back to crescent pose. Drop the right heel so you're in warrior one. Straighten the front leg. Bring the back heel in. Heel toe it in just slightly. And then hands come down to the mat for pyramid pose. Knee comes to nose. So strong. You're straightening that front leg. You're pressing down to the big toe ball mound. Inhale, halfway lift the spine. Exhale, fold over. One more inhale here. Feel that stretch in that back hamstring. And that left thigh is pulling up into the left hip. And then bend the front knee, pop up the back heel, step it back to plank, go through vinyasa. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. So strong. Inhale, heels high, bend knees, look forward. Step to a forward fold, exhaling here. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale all the way up to standing, hands to heart center. So strong. We're going to do that again. We're going to move a little bit quicker and we're going to add a little bit on. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, right knee to nose. Find that breath movement. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Step the right foot through. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, airplane arms. Inhale, warrior one with airplane. This time, drop the hands down to the mat. Slight bend in the standing leg if you need it. We're going to find standing splits. So if you need to take a slight bend in order to get your chest closer to your leg, that's totally fine. You're flexing the left foot long. bringing that knee to your nose. And then from here, bend the left leg and find a Shiva squat. Inhaling and then exhaling the left leg long. Inhale, left knee comes behind right knee, bend. So a little bit of glutes here. 2 more. One more. You're welcome. And then coming back to your supported warrior 3. So now you're back to a T. Your heart is shining forward. Slight bend in the knee as you move slowly back into crescent. And drop the back heel, warrior 1. Straighten the front leg. Hands come down to the mat. Pyramid pose. Knee to nose. Bend the front knee, lift the back heel, step it back, go through your flow. Inhale, shift you forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, left knee to nose. Inhale, left leg high again. Exhale, left knee to nose. Using the breath, inhale, left leg high. Exhale, left knee to nose. Step left foot through. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, airplane arms. Inhale, crescent, warrior 3 with airplane arms. And then drop the hands down to the mat. Find your standing splits. So head drops low, flexing right foot against the back wall. Slight bend in the standing knee if you need it to get your chest against your thigh. Let the head be heavy. And then bending the right knee, taking both hands back down to the mat, bending the right knee, Shiva squat behind the left knee. And exhale as you straighten that left leg long. Inhale, bring it in. Let's do some glutes on the other side. 2 more. Exhale as you extend that right leg long. 1 more. Inhaling in. Exhale, long. Maybe hands come back to blocks as you come back to your warrior 3. And then bending the front leg, move slow back into crescent. Drop the back heel, warrior 1. Straighten the front leg. Toe heel the feet slightly together. Hands come down. Pyramid pose. Knee to nose. Bending in that front knee. Pop the back heel up. Step it back. Go through vinyasa. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, heels come high. Exhale, bend knees. Step to a forward fold. Top of the mat. Exhaling here. Inhale, Utkatasana chair pose. Exhale, hands to heart center, stand. Close your eyes. Check in with the body. Check in with the breath. So some of these poses are designed to set off your fight or flight. But the breath is calming. So when you pair fight or flight with a calming breath, you're building a neural pathway in your brain so that when you're off the mat and something is stressful, you can come back to that breath. Okay? So really honing in on the breath here is going to be important. Let's go ahead and move through this one more time. Inhale, Utkatasana chair pose. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank. Downward dog. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, right knee to nose. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, right knee to nose. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, right knee to nose. Step right foot through. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, airplane crescent. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 3. Exhale, standing splits. Shiva squat, inhaling knee in. Exhale, long left leg, inhale in. Exhale, extend left leg, inhale in. Exhale, long, 1 more, inhale. Exhale, coming back to your warrior 3. Moving into crescent. So strong, warrior 1, drop the back heel. Straighten front leg, hands down, pyramid pose. So finding that flow, bending the front knee, stepping it back to plank, go through your vinyasa. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Other side, you got this. Inhale, left leg long. Find that breath. Exhale, left knee to nose. Inhale, left leg long. Exhale, left knee to nose. Inhale, left leg long. Exhale, left knee to nose. Step left foot through. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, crescent airplane. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 3. Exhale, standing splits. Inhale, Shiva squat 1, 2, 3, 4. Beautiful. Inhale, back to Vira 3 with airplane arms and bend the front knee into crescent. Exhaling here. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, warrior 1, drop the heel. Inhale, straighten the legs. And heel toe the feet together and drop the hands down to the mat. Knee to nose. Pyramid pose. And bend the front knee. Pop up the right heel. Step it back to plank. Go through vinyasa. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhaling the heels high. Bending the knees, looking forward. Step to a forward fold. Exhale here. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, come up to standing. So strong. Take a minute here to check in with the heartbeat. Find some stillness. Notice as you slow the breath down, does the heartbeat slow? Allowing the beating heart to be an anchor into this moment, this present moment. So anytime you notice that your mind moves into past or future, you can come back to the heartbeat, the breath, whatever your anchor is into this present moment. So strong. Okay, we're gonna open up the hips a little bit. So let's find a tree pose. So grounding down through your left foot. I'm gonna actually mirror you guys because of the mirror. I think I'm opposite you. So ground down through your left foot, bring the other foot out in front of you and tilt it wide. And then you can either find a kickstand or find the calf or find above the knee, but whatever you do, avoid putting the foot directly on the knee. So once you find that, bring your hands to heart center. So you're lifting the low belly and lengthening the tailbone, melting the shoulders, down the back, activating that standing thigh so that it lifts the kneecap up. Utilizing your core, and then go ahead and take your arms out wide and then all the way up. Grow your tree branches. Beautiful. Hold. So find your gaze, wherever that might be. Maybe you sway your branches from side to side, working a little bit with your balance. And then hands come back to heart center, knee comes forward and down. So strong, good. Ground down through your right foot. Straighten that right leg, activate that right thigh. Other foot comes out, tilt it wide. Find a kickstand or your calf or all the way up inside your thigh. And hands come to heart center. So making sure that the hips are even. So you don't want one hip higher than the other. So drop that left hip, your left, my right. Lengthen the tailbone, activate the core, and hands, arms come up, grow your branches. So strong. Find stillness. It's an active standing thigh, so activate that standing thigh. Maybe you sway your branches from side to side. Beautiful. Hands come back to heart center. Knee comes forward and down. Awesome. Inhale, arms sweep out and up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank pose. Go through your vinyasa. Inhale, shifts you forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhaling the right leg high. Exhale the right knee to nose. Step the right foot through. Drop the back heel, front heel to back arch alignment. Inhale, warrior two, hold. So pressing down through the outer edge of that back foot and then sinking into that front knee. Okay, so this right thigh is pulling back into the right hip. You're lifting the low belly, the arms are long, and the gaze is over the right fingertips. Hold. Sit a little lower, hold. Straighten that back leg as much as you can and activate that back thigh as much as you can. Find stillness, 3 breaths here. So the work is the stillness, right? We want to move out of it. It burns. I get it. Your thigh's screaming at you, but the work is to stay in it and find the breath. So find that slight constriction in the back of the throat, that vibration that's going to set off your rest and digest to counter all the alarms going off in your body right now. And then inhale as you reach forward, flip the front palm and reverse your warrior. Find lift and length in the right side body as you reach up towards the sky. Next, inhale, right arm comes inside right thigh. Left arm comes up to the sky, Parsvakonasana. So you're still in warrior two legs. You've still got a 90-degree angle in that front knee. You're lifting up towards the left fingertips towards the sky. Hold. Back to warrior two and straighten that front leg. Ha, right? Tilt right toes in so that the feet are parallel. Toes are slightly in and heels are slightly out. Inhale, pop out the chest, slight bend in the knees as you dive forward. Come all the way down. Ha. Hands hit the mat. And let it go here. Let's take 2 lion's breaths together. So inhale, filling up. On the exhale, stick out your tongue, open your mouth and say, ha. Let's do that again. Inhale. Open your mouth, stick out your tongue, ha. So strong. And then inhale as you halfway lift. And on the exhale, come all the way back up. Find your warrior two. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Right hand comes to right shin. Left arm opens to the sky, triangle, Trikonasana. Beautiful. So you can actually use one of your supports here outside the right foot if that's better for you. You're pressing down through the big toe ball mound. That's going to activate this right thigh, lifting the right kneecap to keep you from overextending the right leg. And then lift from the spine, kind of like you're halfway lifting the spine. And reach towards the left fingertips up to the sky. One more here. Breathe in. And exhale back to warrior two. Windmill the hands down to the mat. Step it back. Go through your vinyasa. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Turn around so you can see me. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, left knee to nose. Step left foot through. Drop the back heel, front heel to back, arch alignment. Inhaling up to warrior two. So let's find our warrior two again. So 90-degree angle in that front knee. Activating that front thigh, pulling it back into the left hip. Pressing down through the outer edge of the right foot. Lift the low belly. Gazes over the left fingertips. Melt shoulders away from the ears and find stillness. 3 breaths here. Just notice if that leg is talking to you, if that thigh is trying to tell you to come out of it, but can you stay longer? Can you find that breath? Beautiful. Flip the front palm, reach forward and reverse your warrior. As you inhale, lengthen through the left side body, reaching up towards the sky, keeping warrior two legs. You're still 90 degrees in that front leg. Exhaling here. Next, inhale, left arm comes inside left thigh. Right arm peels open to the sky for Parsvakonasana. So you can use one of your supports inside that front foot if you'd like, or you can drop the left forearm on the left thigh. That's fine too. But for a little extra, go ahead and let that left elbow be inside the knee and reach up towards the sky. Inhale back to warrior two. Exhale, straighten that leg. Left toes come in, parallel feet. Toes in, heels out, interlace hands behind the low back. Inhale, puffs out chest. Slight bend in the knees as you fold forward. Ha. Pressing the palms together and the knuckles away up towards the ceiling. Hands come to hips, slight bend in the knees. Inhale, halfway lift the spine. As you exhale, come all the way up. Find your warrior two. Inhale, straighten the front leg again. Exhale, left hand to the left shin. Right arm opens up to the sky. Trikonasana. So press down through the big toe ball out of the front foot, activating that left thigh, pulling that left thigh up into the left hip, while the right shoulder peels open and you reach up with the right fingertips. And breathe. Should feel really good. We've really gotten into the body today, and we've warmed the body through the breath and movement. And then come back to warrior two. Windmill the hands down to the mat. Step it back. One more vinyasa. Inhale, shifts you forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. All right, let's find a child's pose before we slow it down a little more. So knees come down to the mat, knees wide, toes together, hips pull back onto the heels. Forehead comes down to the mat. And go ahead and sink into those hips, sink into the third eye, falling as it goes down into the mat, heavy, heavy, heavy. Slowing it down, breathing into the low back here. Filling all the way up, and then exhaling. So often we don't realize when we're in a state of stress that we're not breathing, that we're taking really shallow breaths. And when we're taking shallow breaths, our bodies cannot regulate. So we need to make sure that we slow down the breath and really get a full inhale and a full exhale. Strengthening the lungs, the respiratory system, which is also very important right now. Go ahead and pull yourself back up into a tabletop and actually lift the hips into a downward dog. We're going to take pigeon. So if this is a lot on you, you can take a figure four on your back. But I like to do this variation. So inhale the right leg long, and as you exhale, bring the right knee behind the right wrist and the right foot behind the left wrist. Slide the left leg long. Look behind you and make sure that left leg is at 6 o'clock. And as you inhale, lift the chest, lengthen the spine, and as you exhale, crawl your fingers all the way out and lower your forehead down onto the mat and sink into pigeon pose on this side. So getting into the IT band and the hips. Making sure that your hips are squared so you're not falling off to the right or the left, you're right down the middle. Maybe you rotate your forehead from side to side a little bit. Inhaling into the low back. Exhaling, letting everything go. And then walking yourself back up the long spine. Tuck the back toes, lift the hips, find a downward dog, shaking out that right leg. Maybe you open the hip and take some circles with the right knee. That's totally cool. And then let's square the right hip off again. Bring the right leg down. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, left knee behind left wrist. Left ankle behind right wrist. My feet are really dirty. I hope you can't see them in that video. Been barefoot. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, walk the hands forward. Lower all the way down onto the mat. Forehead comes down. Getting into that left hip and that left IT band. Breathing into that space. So imagine sending extra oxygen to the hips, to the low back as you're here. A little extra love. Slowing down the breath, still taking full inhales and exhales. We carry a lot of stress in our hips, so we tend to tighten there. And so when we're in these poses, it's one thing to do the position, make the shape, but it's another to then add the layer of the breath. With every exhale, you can let go a little bit more and sink a little bit deeper. And walking the hands back up. Tuck the back toes. Lift the hips. Find a downward dog. Shake out the left foot. Open the left hip. Close the left hip. Find some circles. Whatever feels good to you. And then go ahead and lower the knees down. Bring the legs long out in front of you. Come out to a seat. We're going to take Paschimottanasana. So flexing the feet towards you. Pull your sits bones out from underneath of you. Inhale, arms up, and as you exhale, reach forward, grab the big toes, puff out the chest long, and fold. So you can bend the knees as much as you need to get into this pose. It doesn't have to be a completely straight leg. It's totally cool to bend the knees. One more inhale, lengthen the spine, exhale, go a little deeper. Beautiful, let that go. And then bend the knees, plant the feet, bring your hands off the mat, scoop out the low belly, and very slowly, to a slow count of 10, we're gonna find a little bit of core as we lower slow all the way down to the mat. Be the last one, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it all come down. And then cross the right leg over the left leg and drop the knees to the left for a twist. Tee out the arms and look to the right. Inhale. And as you exhale, press that right shoulder down to the mat as the knees press down in the opposite direction. Find that twist. Knees coming back to center. Left knee goes over right. Drop the knees to the right. Gaze goes to the left. Inhale, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, twist deeper. Left shoulder presses down to the mat. Right knees pressing in the opposite direction. And let it all go. Bring the knees into the chest. Find a happy baby. Hands come to the outside of the feet. And bend the knees. Flex the feet. Press the low back down into the mat. Maybe you sway from side to side. Maybe you even smile. Now let's do one more inhale here. Open the mouth, stick out your tongue, go ha. Great, and then bring the knees together. Go ahead and wrap yourself into a tight little ball. And on the inhale, make lots of tension, get as tight as you possibly can. And then on the exhale, let everything fall flat. Sink down into your mat. Let everything go. Even let go of the breath. So just letting yourself breathe however feels comfortable to you. Making sure the shoulders are down and away from the ears. Shaking out the toes and the fingers. Noticing if there's anywhere in your body that you're still holding on. Is there still tension, and can you let it go? Taking a short Savasana, let your body sink into the mat. Feeling the effects of your practice as the oxygen, the blood flows throughout your whole body. Noticing, taking this opportunity as a chance to practice just a few seconds in that space between thoughts. So when you notice a thought arising about where you need to go or what you need to do, just notice it without judgment and just label it, thinking. And come back to the breath. Come back to the space between the thoughts. Taking a great stretch, reaching the arms above the body, rolling out the wrists and the ankles, rolling over onto your side into a fetal position. Inhaling here, and as you exhale, push yourself up to a seat. Find crisscrossed legs. Hands come to prayer at the heart center. Eyes shut. Feel gratitude from your body, in your body right now, for spending time on your mat today, for spending an hour just staying present and detaching from the stories, the media, the headlines, all those things that may or may not actually be serving you right now. So spending that time within, cultivating that peace that can only come from within. The light in me recognizes and bows to the light in you. Namaste. Thank you guys so much. My name is Brooke. I hope to be back to teach you guys here again soon.